Good evening, people. My name is JR and I am the FRgooner. It's been a while, but we're back to talk everything about Arsenal. This is the therapy session. I'm joined here by Ash, Kerr, and the Bear. How are you guys? You good today?
All good, bro.
Yeah, bro.
All good, man.
Yeah. Good to see your faces again, Mum.
Yeah, definitely.
Come on.
And in
You
better
too,
times
bro.
too, man. You know, the Arsenal are doing well.
That's what I'm saying. Good
Happier
times,
times. Arteta's doing his thing. I see in a Bear's face.
Yeah. No, listen. Yeah. Let's get these questions.
Let's get into it. I heard
yeah.
Let's get back in. You know, together, man. You know what I mean? That's fine.
Before we get into it, I heard a bit of a echo again. I don't know if anyone else can hear it.
Yeah, I can.
I don't know what it is.
Still?
Boots, can you not use your mic on this one and just use the one from the phone?
Yeah.
Whatever.
Let me just try and do the... I'll try and just use my PC one, should I? One sec.
Right, while he's
I'll
doing
take
his
that
thing.
out.
Yeah, while you're doing your thing, we're talk football. So the Bear.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm gonna go straight for you, bro. Obviously, in the past, you know, even myself as well. We've got at Arteta. You converted me too, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I
converted everybody on here.
You converted
man.
everyone, bro.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
trust
saying? Man, I
me,
came
trust
frustrated,
me.
you know.
Yeah.
And then we had a break from the pod, and then all of a sudden, Arsenal started to play good football. You know, a lot of changes were made. Aubameyang was dropped as captain. You know.
Yeah.
And it seemed from there we started to play some good football, and it's become positive, you know, with free flowing football. I've got the question for you, bro.
Can you hear me?
Just
quickly.
Yeah, man.
We can hear you. We can hear you. The question to you, Naber: are you an Arteta-sexual? Are you an Arteta out? Let me know, bro. Let us know, bro.
Well, that first one, I don't care if we were like 10 points clear. I'm not going to be agreeing to that one. Like, I'm just letting you know. I don't even know what that means.
You know about that life, no?
Bro, I'm not that far, bro. When he brings in 3 league titles in the Champions League, then we can start possibly talking about the sexual after. But right now, no, but listen, look, on the real, let's because I know it's the elephant in the room. I've been very critical of Arteta, and rightfully so, bro. 8 place finishes, it looked like a bit of a mess. I have to give credit where credit's due. The results, points are being put on the board. It's not only that, it's about the performances as well, which have been good. However, I'm going to wait until the end of the season or May to pass the judgment. I'm very happy with the back four. Very happy with the back four, to be honest with you. I know he kind of pushed for Tomiyasu over Emerson Royale, which was what Edu pushed for. So look, I'm not all criticism for Arteta. When things go well, I like it. There's still a few things, as I said. Look, we have to put things into context, as I said. It's good results that we're having, but we're not in Europe. You can't just pretend to ignore that because, you know, when we have been in Europe, we have struggled in the league. So that's a bonus for us, but let's put that into context as well. We are already out of the FA Cup in January, and I think the way that Aubameyang situation has been handled for his lateness, the captaincy's been taken from him. I think he's been publicly humiliated. I think he could have been, dealt with differently. And then I'm still seeing Xhaka getting chance after chance after chance. So, no, it's not 100% Arteta for me. I could point out a few things that, you know, I haven't liked. But as I said, look, football is a results business. If you're winning all the time or you're picking up points, then we tend to forget that stuff. But I'm still watching Arteta. So that when we get to May, if we're in top 4, then I say, okay, Arteta, enjoy your summer. And yeah, it's business next season. And we will be in Europe, so you can't be just playing 1 game a week.
So would I be right in thinking? Would I be right in thinking that you're not Arteta out as you were before?
No,
you're not an Arteta-sexual. You're kind of
definitely not.
You're in between. You're floating in between.
No. There's no artist sexual going on. Yeah, loud.
Man does not like that terminology.
Bro, that one is never gonna happen. But what I'm saying is
I
that
agree
the
with
performances what I've seen, he definitely is. It definitely bought time on me, and I'm still watching. And
And I think you were a bit critical though. I think where you said he's fought the back four, you're impressed with them, but the likes of Martin Odegaard, he's been class recently. All right, Samuel Lokonga, we haven't really seen much of him, to be fair. But I would say that all of his signings are doing pretty well, to be quite honest. So, I think it's been
Very
positive
well.
at that front.
Yeah.
Kerr, what would you say, bro? Are you an artisexual?
Oh boy, I want to hear this
I don't.
answer.
or would you agree with Naber? You're gonna wait and see.
Yeah,
you
nah.
being impressed. I mean,
To be fair,
let me just point out as well for what Naber said. If
Go on.
we're 3 games behind Chelsea, obviously you got to win those games. But if we win those games, we will be joint third on the same amount of points. Our next matches, I believe, are Burnley, Wolves. I can't remember the match after that.
Brentford
But
at home, I think.
yeah.
I think. Yeah.
So
yeah.
there's feasibility for that to happen. When we were previously speaking, we were nowhere. We weren't even thinking about top 4, let alone top 3. So on that front, are you on the side of Naber, or of you kind of? Because I know you were pretty. You weren't really feeling Arteta at one stage too as well. How do you feel now, bro?
Yeah, man. I think as an Arsenal fan, I think it's hard to say that you haven't been. It hasn't been a bit of a roller coaster with him, because I think at the end of the day, everyone wanted him to do well. I think even when he first got the job, we were all shocked. Do you know what I mean? Like, we've all been through all manner of emotions. We were shocked when he got the job. We've been shocked in terms of that he got to keep the job through parts of it. Like, there's been shocks throughout the way in it. But to be fair, like at the beginning of the season, I did say like I thought that his main thing was to try and solidify the defense and stuff. And then I thought that he would try and work on the more attacking patterns of play and stuff like that. And I think we have slowly started to see that as the season's progressed. Obviously, I think we wanted to see that a bit sooner than it's turned out, but it just seems that obviously, him. I don't think it's like how many players that we actually put together at the beginning of the season, and it was like within a couple of the games in it. It weren't like they all had a pre-season together either. So it was a bit of a rough start. So they
COVID
were all
as well.
do you know what I mean? So like they were all trying to learn together and everything. So I thought we just had to give them a bit of time. And I think like over the last few months, we've started to see them progress. Started to see a bit more of a style of play, which I think we was all a little bit worried about in terms of, what is our style of play? Are we position based? Are we counter attacking? Like what we trying to do here? But I think we're starting to see a little bit more about what we're trying to do. Been playing well, so I'm kind of happy with where it's at. I think in terms of the fact that we've got so many young players as well in our team, and it's already been well documented. We've got the youngest squad in the league, been playing the youngest team basically week in, week out in the league. So you're gonna, as much as you have your highs when you have young players, you're gonna have your lows because the inconsistencies and the simple fact that we haven't got a team of fully established stars, and we have got a lot of our stars are the young players that we're relying on. And so many of them, it's not like it's just one or two and then the rest of the teams, all mature and established, and they're just bringing them through. So if they're not shining, it don't really matter. It's like, no, we're actually relying on these boys, but there's so many of them that we're relying on. It's pretty. So at any given time with it, with the youth, you're going to get inconsistencies. So I just feel like we have to be a little bit lenient in terms of we're going to see some performances that, like Nottingham Forest, where we're like, whoa. But then we're going to see some performances on the other hand, that are going to give us encouragement for going forward.
Yeah. Even the Man City performance was a good performance. But I'm going to touch upon something that Nabeer brought up again. I'm not bullying you today, Nabeer, by the way. I'm not picking on you at all. I know you could handle it if I was.
Yeah, no, definitely, but go on. You are definitely artisexual. Even before you asked the question before, I can see you trying to as it answer that. You're like, oh no, let me just add this bit into it as well, man. But yeah, go on.
I'm a fan of what he's doing at the moment. I'll go back to that, but it's the Aubameyang situation. You mentioned that you thought that Arteta was a bit harsh in the way he handled the situation. Obviously, he's due back from AFCON, and it looks like he's due to be sold or put on loan, I believe, potentially. It doesn't look like he's part of the first team squad, and obviously he's no longer the captain. Do you think that, I'm going to put it to Ash, do you think that in terms of, firstly, do you think it was handled harshly? Because I know you did nod when the Bear did mention that. But also as well, do you think that at the back of Arteta's head, he knew his philosophy and how he wanted to play, but he knew that Aubameyang didn't really fit in with this style of play, and therefore he used potentially the issue of ill discipline to get rid of him, and then implement the plays that he wanted to play? Because to get rid of a captain is a difficult thing to do. Do you know? And Aubameyang as well, one of your top scorers from the past, you're the one with the highest wage. Do you think he used that situation? And do you think he was wrong in the way he did it with Aubameyang?
If it was his first time, then possibly yes. But he's obviously misconduct, isn't it? He done what he done in the Tottenham game. Turned up late, man was in traffic or some rubbish. Like he's let himself down in his career. Like even at Dortmund, like he was on strike at the end. It's not just the first time, innit? Like obviously when things are going well, we've seen the good side of Aubameyang. I know what you're saying, as in, did he use it as like a sort of like, knows that Aubameyang is not really going to suit the style that he's playing. But I don't really think he will go to that level, if I'm honest. Like, I mean, that would be a bit deep if he did that. I think it's more to do with what Kerr was saying in terms of how many kids we've got there. Yeah, we know how wild these kids are. If you don't set a precedent, if he was just going to let Aubameyang keep getting away with things, then for me, the kids are just going to run riot. We've got the youngest team. I think he had to kind of handle it in the way he did. He showed bollocks, to be fair, because that could have gone so pear. Because at that time, I think we was on a game, I don't know, a couple games we'd lost. That what it is with us at the moment is very choppy, like the curve. It was going up, but it's just like I was saying, we're gonna just keep having them. You've got to expect it. The Forest games, the Liverpool game. Do you know what I mean? I'm not too shocked when I see that, because you got a whole new back five. Anyone who's played football in your life, and a lot of them are young. That's not gonna it's gonna be rocky, man. Like, and then when you've got young players, they're gonna have off days because their characters building, isn't it? Do you see what I mean?
Yeah.
It's no shock to me, like that these things are happening. But overall, I'm not. I tell you the thing which is winding me up, and I guess it's more to do with that he has no options. Is Xhaka. That for me now is it's out of control. Like this guy, fuck off out the club, bro. Like I've had it. Like,
but this is what I'm saying about the inconsistencies. Yeah, I think because we were used to winning under Wenger.
Long time ago, bro.
Long time ago. But what I'm saying, but with our fan base, we've done this for years. That it's a very weird thing where we jump on a particular player and then vilify him, and then it's all their fault. I think Aubameyang, he's off form. It's very clear he's off form. But I think the way that he's being treated is bang out of order. Now, I'm not suggesting that he shouldn't have had the captaincy taken from him. If it's ill discipline, and when we talk about ill discipline, let's look at the fine margins here, because there's ill discipline where you're causing problems or letting off fireworks like Balotelli, and you're shooting people with stun guns, and you're falling out of clubs with cigarettes, and you're sleeping with prostitutes. And then there's discipline that you're late. Now, if he is late more than once, you're right. As a captain, North London derby, that was wrong. When it came to this situation with going to pick up his mum, the mum was ill, he's going to pick up his mum. If he ends up and he's late again, and he's basically said he turned up at training on the day, but I think
meant
they
to
were
do the
supposed
day
to
before,
quarantine.
innit?
Yeah. Now, okay, you can't keep coming late, so you do take the captaincy from him. But the way that this sort of like punishment is continued game after game, and you're telling me as a young player now, you're watching that thinking, oh God, I'm just going to go off the rails because Aubameyang, it gets in late. And Xhaka has consistently, since he's been at the club, there's no other player that has been sent off more. So you're telling me that, JR, because he comes late, he's a bad influence. But you, when you're on the pitch, on the battlefield, you just let us down all the time.
But
that's Arteta's guy. That's Arteta's guy.
The only thing I would say, I don't know. None of us know, like as in that situation has unfolded.
Exactly.
And you don't know where like them two could have had a mad confrontation. Like as in, don't get me wrong, Xhaka cannot just be getting chance after chance. But Aubameyang could be like, you know what, like it was my mum, and mad exchanges happened, and it's like, you know what, situation is untenable now. Like we can't really work. Do you see what I mean? Like that's the only thing I'm saying. Like,
but also as well, I would say with the comparing Aubameyang and Xhaka, obviously, like you said, Ash, like we don't know what's going on in the background with both these players. We're seeing the ill discipline of Xhaka on the pitch with his, reckless challenges, etc. Which is consistent and it's ridiculous. One thing I would say though, in terms of performance though, why Xhaka may get away with it more than Aubameyang, and this is why I feel Arteta used it as an excuse in my eyes, is that if Aubameyang was playing well and he was that target man and he was scoring those goals, I believe that Aubameyang would have been put back into that team. Now we can say that Xhaka's not our ideal player in that position. I agree, but I would say he makes stupid mistakes. He's reckless at times, but his performances this season, in my opinion, have been consistently better than what Aubameyang has shown us in this season, and therefore I think that's why he kind of gets away with it.
I can buy into that. I can buy into that theory. Yeah, I mean, if like you say, Aubameyang was banging, then there's a good chance. You know what I mean? Like,
and he uses excuse. It's an excuse,
Well. Yeah.
But the thing is, listen,
the only thing I would say, just quickly, he's only playing really because we've got no one else.
Like, can I say one more thing? Yeah, I agree with that.
That's it. That's the only reason. He's okay. Like he's decent, isn't it? He can.
I agree. We can get better. I agree.
But he's not like he ain't getting in no Liverpool City team or Chelsea team.
Nabil, before you jump in, I just want to say that. Did you see that thing today as well? I'm moving away, but you jump back in. Where they're saying that there's an Arsenal player that basically, I don't know, that it looks like there's some match betting fixing or something's going on, and they're linking it to the Xhaka situation. Well, some people are linking it to the Xhaka situation in the Leeds match. That's not official. That's what people are putting two and two together and thinking. So if that happens, then it's a different ball game. He has to be held accountable for that. But anyway, Nabil, you come back in. That's you.
Yeah, listen, what was okay, so we were talking about the Jet. To be fair, it's different positions as well, so we can't really compare in terms of what's been going on in the team. It is different positions. Aubameyang is judged on his goals. Let's just be real. That's what he's judged on, and he is out of form. However, I'm just saying this public situation, it should be sorted out, because that might show naivety from Mikel Arteta. Obviously, he's quite new to the managerial game, and man-to-man manager is very, 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 very important. I just think it was just kind of like a bit of a circus. I would have just said, look, you strip from... Just say we did have an argument, though, and you're right. But players always have arguments. The Invincibles always used to be arguing, and some people ain't talking. Andy Cole and Teddy Sheringham didn't like each other. these guys were winning trebles. Did you know about that? Did I
Different
know about?
times,
Nobody
though.
knew.
Different times,
Okay.
though.
No, but you're saying, yeah, but these guys are more professional now. Let's just be real. Because what certain players are getting pulled up for, I'm thinking, like, I've got Paul Merson out there talking about Aubameyang not deserving to be the Arsenal captain. Now, look, all due respect, it was different times, but I don't think Paul Merson is in any, position to talk to any. And I don't mean, and I really don't mean that in a disrespectful way, because I grew up watching Paul Merson. But guys, we need to put into perspective of what the players are doing badly. Pogba gets it as well. God forbid, because he does a dance now, he's unprofessional and he should be sold. But people coming out sleeping.
Really though, with what has Arteta done to Aubameyang? I mean, I know he's stripped in the captaincy.
I agree.
But what's actually happened in terms of I haven't really seen him vent hard at Aubameyang. I don't know.
I think the first time when he came out and he said what the discipline thing, I think turning up late for the match, you could tell Arteta was very angry. He was very direct.
Is this the Tottenham one, or this is the last?
Sorry, the more recent one when he got stripped of the captaincy.
What's kind of happened?
Okay,
when he got just saying he's out of the frame.
But you know what? Yeah. I kind of feel that. I feel we don't know the full picture to this whole story. Hopefully, we're going to see more in the Amazon documentary exactly what was going on. But I kind of feel that. I feel that Arteta knew as well that Aubameyang is not a captain. He forget turning up late, but in his whole lifestyle, it seems, I don't know, but it does seem that he's not a role model you want someone who is kind of more disciplined. Lacazette seems more like that person, someone that you can talk to. He will guide you on the pitch.
But Jay, but remember, Arteta even said himself, he literally said that the youth players worship Aubameyang. That's why he wanted to keep him as captain. Do you remember? Because he did question him. He did ask him and say, listen, is the captaincy weighing too much on you?
But once the goals go, bro, it's a different ball game.
And out the team. But for me, it was the substitution. It wasn't against Everton. It's when he brought on Nketiah instead. And I thought, okay, this is, for me, it's very embarrassing.
But Naber, wouldn't you say that we play better football with Martinelli on the flank and we play better without Aubameyang in the team?
Martinelli has been, Aubameyang is out of form, so he shouldn't be in the team. Martinelli has been fantastic since he has come on. But let's not go on like this is Arteta's favourite player, because he has been tossed to the side.
Right time, bro. He's waiting for the right time.
Yeah. So let's not, but no, he's been fantastic, and let's big him up for being the PFA player of the month as well for December, because for an Arsenal player to do that, coming out from the cold, listen, let's just big him up. You know what I mean? He's done well there, but
I think they've all played well though. Martinelli. That's what's happened really for me, in my opinion. Lacazette's come in, obviously he's more holding up, bringing the guys into play. Aubameyang then got that about his game. Now we're seeing goals from Saka, Martinelli, Odegaard, Smith Rowe. It's being spread around the team now.
Yeah.
Whereas before we were relying on Aubameyang. So I've definitely seen it's mad. Aubameyang will score more goals than Lacazette, right? But if Lacazette's in the team will score more goals. Do you see what I mean? That's how I see it.
Yeah. Kerr, let me ask you a question, bro.
Bro.
In terms of how would this team fare under Wenger? So these same players, and I just ask these random questions, but let me ask you that, bro.
It depends what kind of Wenger you're giving me, innit?
I was just going to say that.
Are you giving me 97, 98 Wenger?
Yeah, that's true. But even with the Wenger tours, the Wenger tours.
Are you giving me 2000? Wenger or whatever it is.
I hear you.
You know what I mean?
We're gonna go
if
in
it's
between.
Man said in between, Now listen, in between, Wenger was still a good manager, innit? He's still, so he would have done bits. He would have done bits with the squad, because he was always good with young players and stuff like that. So I think he would have done We would have done well with this team.
Yeah, no, fair
But
enough.
again, I think they would have still been inconsistent though, because I just think all these players that you're putting together right now, I think even he would have found it challenging, shall we say, to be competing with.
It's too much at once, isn't it? It's too much at once.
Yeah, and it's who you're competing against. You're competing against Man City, who are just a complete machine.
Even Chelsea,
and
they're
have
not
been
doing
for years.
Yeah.
Chelsea are just
Liverpool.
Chelsea. Liverpool, again, the consistency that they've had over the last 3-4 years has been ridiculous as well. Like, it's been virtually title winning every season, bar probably last season when they had their injuries. But yeah, so it's hard at the minute, isn't it? But at the moment, where we're in a position that I didn't think we'd be in a few months back when we was probably last speaking, guys, isn't it?
Facts.
And that's at least in a position to be challenging into the new year, isn't it? You just sat on the fence and stayed quiet at the time.
What's your screen like? You man were all getting onto me. All of you man, I was trying to be a bit like, you know what?
So what kept your faith in him, Ash? Because obviously we were going for a bad period.
I knew it was going to be choppy, innit? So like I saw a constant like cycle of like 2-3 games, 3-4 games we're playing well, then 2-3 we don't play well, and it was just kind of what I expect from a team that has 5 new defenders, like a whole new back line. Odegaard only been there a year. Smith Rowe, Saka, the guys we're relying on as our best players. It was just, to me, that was my expectancy level of it. Do you see what I mean?
Yeah.
I didn't really see how we can expect this team to be competing. It was because we was at that point we were still maybe 7th, 8th, but 3 or 4 points off 4th. And to be honest with you, the only reason I think we're actually getting near 4th anyway is because of what's around us. Like Man U are dead. Like we picked up on that from early on these streams. Do you remember we was talking? Man U was flopping. And then
I was saying it from early, but
yeah, we did. You called it. We called it all. We all called it. And then Spurs are just anything. So it's just like that 4th place is only really like we can aim there because of what's in and around us. Like that's
would
how
you say though? Would you say that? And it did help. It did help. Obviously, Klopp when he got back, when he took Liverpool to the Champions League. Would you say that not having Europe has helped us though as well?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah,
because
100%.
I mean,
of course, because we would have played Thursday, Sunday, innit? That's the thing. That Thursday, Sunday is bollocks. Like, I was quite content. For me, as an Arsenal fan, I know where we've been in it. Yeah, I'm happy to not even be in Europa or Conference League. I'll just want to jump straight back. I don't want to play. It's just gonna. My players are coming back wounded, going Russia on a Thursday. Yeah, then playing Sunday. I'm just not really on it. I'll rather just wait to get to Champions League.
And I want to ask you, Bear. So obviously you mentioned before we're out of the FA Cup. Obviously you weren't too happy about that earlier rounds. But in a weird way, with what Ash just said, does that help with our top 4 ambitions?
Well,
like being out of the FA Cup and being able to focus on the league.
You listen, as I said, all this, Arteta praise. I give him his credit. I've seen a lot of good things. I've seen a lot of fight with the team. I like the back 4. We don't really look like we're easy pushover. Of course, he keeps consistently choosing Xhaka, which whether you're pushover or not, he's just gonna put you in on a bad foot. I don't know how many times it does have 3 different managers. It's the same story. But for me, my guy's learning Italian. He's flirting with Mourinho, and he still gets chosen. So that's why for me, I'm thinking, Arteta, you're batting up my guy, Pierre, but my man was actually openly flirting with Roma in the summer. I didn't go. He's already told Arsenal fans to fuck off and walked off the pitch. He actually has been captain, has been stripped of this, but my man is still here. But anyway,
it's wrong.
Like,
it's wrong.
Who's picking him?
I agree.
So, but Arteta, I've seen a lot of good things from him this season. But bro, if we are out of the FA Cup, which we are, and we make top 4, it's all good. That's what I'm saying. But you've got to put it into perspective as well that it is when you're playing less games and you've got more time to recover. it is a good thing, but it does put up that top four pressure a little bit more, because if you don't make that and you haven't had Europe and yet been out of the FA Cup and stuff,
you've got no
then
excuses.
it's looking a bit funny now, isn't it? Like, bro, if we make top four, I'm celebrating with you, man, because that's a gamble worth. But we have to make top four. There's no.
You know what will help as well? The congestion of fixtures now. Like, see all these like postponements and that. Like, these teams are going to be in problems. The amount of games they're going to have stacked up. Do you know what I mean? We will have a stack up. It won't be as bad. Do you see what I mean? So I think being out of these cups and not in Europe and whatnot, it'll be good.
Yeah, I don't know, because it's Arsenal Football Club. I don't know how I feel about being out of cups, because I kind of think as one of the biggest clubs.
I feel you there.
We're actually out of one though. To be fair, we're actually only out of one.
It hurts, man.
Yeah.
Like, when watching that, I was wounded, man.
I
can't even be one of them gooners that put a positive spin on it. I can't even lie. Like, as I say, like, obviously I was being real when I said, obviously, you know, like we're gonna see games like that, but don't mean I want to see games like that. You get what I'm saying?
No, that was toothless, bro. That was a toothless display, like toothless.
It was pathetic, man.
But if you told me, you're right. If you told me, listen, you need to allow the cups this year. Potentially, look, if we win tomorrow, we're in a cup final. So Arsenal versus Chelsea in any cup final, you can't really call it, can you? Because, you know, they took us out of the Europa. But FA Cup, you know, we've taken them out twice now, innit? So 3 times, actually, to be fair.
I fancy us, though. I fancy us if we get there.
We get there, yeah, exactly. So that's something different. But
like, it's 50-50. It definitely, like what you said, like, it can go either way. But I do fancy us.
Yeah. And is it important to you, Kurt? Because obviously, if we win that, we get into the Conference League. I believe if we win, you know. But is it important for you to? Hey, don't laugh, man. But is it? Yeah, if you hit the Carabao Cup, I believe you get.
I don't even give you Europa, bro.
Yeah, but is
it
important?
Like plumbers in that? Like if you the plumber.
No, shut up.
Yeah, but is it important for you to win a cup? Do you know what I'm saying?
Forget. Do you know what? It's always important for Arsenal to win trophies, isn't it? Like, and at the end of the day, like, I'll take it. Like, I can't remember us winning that. When's the last time we won that?
93. When we did the double, we did.
Steve Morrow. Steve Morrow got dropped in it.
Them times.
Yeah, we won.
Bro, I was 5. I was 5.
Wow.
Like, it's like, bro, it's not a thing, innit? Like, it's not a thing. I was like, bro, like, you know what I'm saying? There's my point. So that answers your question. I want to win that trophy, innit?
You want to win that trophy, yeah?
I just want to, bro, once you get this far in any competition, I want to win it, innit?
Of course.
Like, I want to win it at the beginning, but once I get here,
used to wind me out with Wenger. Do you remember you used to get to finals and just continue to play the kids? You know, like play Chelsea in the final. You think bro.
Yeah, he did at that competition. I remember he done that. And you got Drogba just running around for Chelsea, and you're just like, bro.
Yeah. Can you guys see that?
A little bit,
yeah. So these are the fixtures that are coming up. That's what I'm saying. I'm not gonna. It's the Premier League. I'm not saying, you know, anybody could beat anybody, but I'm looking at that now and I'm thinking this is a nice little run. So let's get some points on the board. And
exactly. I've highlighted in red. So
Wolves away ain't gonna be easy, you know.
Yeah, that's true.
Wolves are playing well.
Yeah. No, definitely. But if you look at so I've highlighted the ones that I think are difficult matches, so to speak. You know, every match is difficult in the Premiership, so you can't really use what I'm using as a tool here. But you know, Manchester United at home, West Ham away, and then the Chelsea, Liverpool, and Spurs match for us are the key matches, which I feel, you know, are going to be difficult matches, and they're against those top 6 teams. But I think our running is not too bad, to be quite honest, looking at it and comparing it to the other teams as well. We've got what I should have done is brought Chelsea into it as well, because obviously they're in a top 4 battle as well, to be quite honest now, especially if we win our next 3 games, you know?
Yeah. No, I'm looking at that as well. I was looking at that before, Jay, and I was thinking, this is what I'm saying. I'm looking at them games and I'm thinking, all right, look, the top 4 chase is really on. So, okay, I didn't want to lose that FA Cup. For me, that's just a historical cup for us. And the thing is, we've got to realize a lot of Arsenal fans or the non-Arsenal fans, I see the sort of games that they play. They used to do this with us before. When Wenger used to lick top four, they used to laugh at us and say, "Oh yeah, you think it's a trophy." And then since we haven't been in there, I've seen Liverpool man barling when they got into that top four the last game. I'm seeing Man United fans barling and happy, and even Tottenham fans are bagging on about this. And they do this little sneaky thing with us about the FA Cup. They try to chat it, talk it down. Have you noticed? Like, it's just the FA Cup.
It's agendas, bro. It's agendas, man.
Bro, you know that. If it's the FA Cup, I always tell them, then do your thing then. If it's so easy to win, then win it.
On.
Oh, no, we're not. So that's fair enough. We're not winning the cup this season. Well, hopefully we might win the Carabao Cup. But that top four, bro, JR, I looked at that and I said, nah, bro, we're not so close, but you're looking at that and thinking, them fixtures, you know, we've got to nail this down now. We ain't got no Europe. We ain't got no FA Cup. No excuses.
Top four in the final by the end of the season wouldn't be a bad season, really.
100%.
Exactly. I'll take that.
So obviously we're in that time of the year where it's, you know, transfer talk, January transfers at the moment. Nabil, do you think, obviously you talked about top four would be good, so obviously you're optimistic that it potentially could happen. Do you think if we don't get any January transfers, I know they're talking about Vlahovic and a centre midfielder, do you think this squad is strong enough to hold on without any new signings for that top four?
Boy, no, I don't. I think the Vlahovic one, I see him, you know, doing some booky stuff and waving and clapping. And apparently, I've heard that they've accepted the bid of, I think it's just under 60 mil.
Yeah.
So I mean, that can kind of maybe sort out that Aubameyang sort of situation, because I can't see I'm looking in Ketia and I'm looking at Lacazette and I'm thinking, them, you know, Lacazette has done well so far, but man looks like he's puffing after the first 25 minutes.
Yeah,
so
he looks tired, bro. That's what I was thinking.
I don't know how
he puts in a shift there, bro.
He does. But I don't know how we're going to get to May with just him just doing it. If he gets injured, then, you know, it's looking a bit tight. So it's imperative that we do obviously get Vlahovic, and I think we do need another centre midfield player, hopefully to dislodge Xhaka. But I like Lokonga, and I like him, but bro, he loves to give the ball away. I know he's young and stuff like that, but I think it's a bit.
He needs to react quicker.
He loves giving the ball away, boy.
Yeah. He needs to react quicker. I think the pace of the Premiership, he needs to adapt to it. That's one of the things he needs to add to his game.
And he will do. So yeah, for me, I think we definitely need to add one or two bodies in before the end of Jan, and then that can help us to kind of push us on even more. We need everyone. We need, like, even players like Pepe who are out of the team, Aubameyang who is out of the team, bro. We need every one of them, man, because it could be a situation somebody gets injured and their man can still have a part to play. That's what I'm saying. I'm trying to be nice to all players. Bar Xhaka, I'm just trying to be nice to all players, because we might need Aubameyang. Like, he might actually come back.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? We need everything, bro.
Facts. And actually, in terms of, like, obviously we've seen for the last couple of years, you know, the likes of Arteta and Edu have been getting rid of a lot of players as well. Obviously, I see it's been a number of free transfers. Kolasinac recently, the other day, he's gone to Marseille. I hate saying that name. But yeah, so we've got rid of a few players. Do you like what they're trying to do there? Do you begrudge or not like the fact that they're getting rid of them on a free, or do you think, just get rid of?
Yeah, I don't know. Like, from a business point of view, hopefully they're doing it the right way. But like, yeah, I mean, everyone they're getting rid of, I've got no issue with, because and it's like, get them off the wage bill. That's what I'm saying as well. It's like, this guy walked into a shit show, bro. Like,
he had a lot to do, man.
The madness that he had to get rid of. Like,
look at the bear's face, man. The contempt when you're talking about it.
You know what? It's just like, the job, honestly, is understated. I honestly believe if someone else comes in, I think it could have even been worse, man. We're dropping fucking below mid-table and that. Like, personally, I think he's done a lot of good things, man. But anyway, yeah, back to the point with the transfers. Yeah, I'm pleased with it. If we get that Vlahovic over the line,
Yeah.
Haaland's younger cousin, bruv. Right
Jeez.
foot, left foot.
Jeez, talk to me. Talk to
Finish.
me.
Finisher.
Do you
I
know
talked
what?
him up. Do you remember I was talking him up before? Do you remember? Like,
See, you know what? Ash always does this, yeah, and I never remember, yeah. But to be fair, he's come with the evidence a few times, yeah, because he's a guy who'll come back and say, "Do you remember? I'll show you the video."
You know he
He
will as
does
well.
that. He does.
Come
He
on.
don't.
You
That's why I
know
like
he will. Man will
live on
dig out
streams,
them
like, you know,
receipts,
'cause
bro.
then no one can say nothing because it's there,
Man will
black and white.
dig
I will send me
out
the clip.
them
I will send me the clip
receipts.
still. No, I,
Come on.
I agree, man. He had a lot to do, man. And you know what? What I do like about what we're doing with Arteta is the fact that he was given the time, because like Kerr said, it's been a roller coaster. You know, there's been a lot of ups and downs, but I think giving him the opportunity to kind of to get his team in, to get them playing well, to get rid of the dead wood, you know, we can see we are starting to see progress. You know, I think we could all agree with that. We're seeing, even if it's slow, we're seeing the progress. I want to
Just
ask the
quickly,
parent.
one thing, yeah. The only thing I would say with that, which I totally agree with you, why he deserved more time than the normal person, because we've never seen it in football. A guy getting a top 6 job. So it's like, if you're going to do that, you at least have to give him time because you learn on the job. Do you see what I mean? So that made sense to me to give him the time.
But yeah,
because
I agree.
Then another guy, just to add.
Yeah, no, 100% agree. But you know, we're gonna round up soon. But I want to ask Kerr and Ash this. No, sorry, and the Bear. I may ask all of you. So obviously we're talking about Vlahovic. Is it Arthur? Wijnaldum potentially coming in. You don't like that signing? Okay, we'll talk about that shortly.
Wijnaldum, yeah, definitely.
Okay, fair enough. So we've got all the we were the top spenders in the summer. We're looking to potentially get some players in now. I've heard from my guy who's in the know-how that we are definitely 100% pushing for the Vlahovic. He's been saying it for a long time, and he's been saying that he thinks it's going to go through. But obviously, there is some issues that has hit now. So hopefully, it does go through. But I want to talk about the Kroenkes briefly, because a lot of people been shouting Kroenke out. You know, they're not, get out our club, blah blah blah. But I'm just going to play devil's advocate. They've given us the money to spend. We're starting. We just agreed. That's why every man's shaking their head, that they can see the progress, even if it's slight. Even the Bear was shaking his head. Yeah. But a lot of the Arsenal fans have been, you know, against the Kroenkes. And yeah, if we get Vlahovic, it means I'm gonna ask Naber first, and I'm gonna jump to you, Kerr. Because he's not. I know Naber. He's not a big fan of the board at all. Yeah. If we get Vlahovic over the line and a centre midfielder in the January transfer window, is it still Kroenke out? And do you still have the same contempt for them, or can you say, actually, we were top spenders in the summer, and we're progressing as a team, and you can see some going forward. You can see something behind the strategy that they're trying to put in place. Talk to me, bro.
Yeah. Bro, it's, you know what? It's a results business, and the one I keep saying this, and I think it's true because I hear my non-Arsenal fans say this about Arsenal. But then when I'm with other Arsenal fans, we do love to jump the gun in it. like honestly, like, bro, we can't exonerate man for over 10 years of. If you're telling me man has to wait and go through all of that just to get Vlahovic over the line, and then boy, I don't want it, because that's a lot. But look, at the end of the day, everybody's going to get criticised, isn't it? When it's Arsenal Football Club, we're one of the biggest clubs in the world still. So we demand success. That's just it. If you don't deliver success and you're finishing 8th and then you're not picking up any trophies, there's going to be problems, and you're going to be criticised, and rightfully so. Look, the Kroenkes this ain't their first roundabout. You know what I mean? They've owned teams in America. You know, they understand how football or sport works. It's a results business. If you start picking up wins, then people will be off your back. Whether we get Vlahovic or not, I just want to make sure that we get into that top 4 and we build from there. That's what I want to see. And so far, I've looked at the team and I thought, look, maybe these are the sort of guys like Ramsdale. A lot of you men were cussing when we signed Ramsdale, but I swear I backed him. But anyway, you have to go back and check the rest of the
Needs to
picks.
go back
You're
to
the
some
only one
videos,
who's
you
proper,
know.
bro.
Them man there, you
No, that
know.
one. I ain't
Them
buying that
man
one.
there.
No way.
there,
No one
bro.
is backing
He was the
Ramsdale.
only guy that
But
backed
you
him,
see, I was
yeah?
being humble when you were talking about Ash, and I was thinking about man backs Ramsdale. But anyway, look, I'm not here to kind of get all the props, but yeah, of course I'll be happy. But in terms of Conke's out, we just need to wait and see. I need to see consistency, and the consistency I want to see is Arsenal competing back into the Champions League for a few seasons. This is what I want to see. I can't just get excited.
Right. So if we get top 4 this season
I want
and
it
we
to
get
build,
back in,
bro.
you want to see more, yeah?
You know why? Because when we went to the Emirates, you remember what they said? 2006. Remember what they said? Like, yeah, go to the Emirates. We're gonna have a bigger stadium. We're gonna get more money coming in, and we can challenge anybody in Europe. We left high because I'm telling you one thing. I think you man know. If I knew that we were gonna move to the Emirates,
Yeah, facts.
I would have stayed at Ivory, bro.
Yeah.
38,000. I would have had to wait because, bro, so let's get the fruits of our labor now, man. I want to see consistency. Champions League and then keep going and going and going.
Do you know what? Naber should definitely be a politician. And I think, do you know what? Yeah, with Boris going soon, hopefully, yeah, there's a role for you, bro.
You, man, can raise all you want, boy. Yeah,
I love them
Ash will
answers.
hold the party, though. Ash will hold the party.
Kerr, what would you say to that, man? Is it still Kroenke out?
I think the whole Kroenke out thing, like, that's been going on is pretty justified from Arsenal fans. I think overall we've been pretty patient, man. Like, Kroenke's been involved with Arsenal for years, bro. It's got to be decade now.
Yeah. I think it's 14 years, I think, maybe, or something
Like
like that.
over a decade. Yeah, it's got like, so it's like, for me, I'm like, they've been here long enough. Like, they've been here since the start of our decline as a football club. Like, if we just deep it in it, like, since they bought into it, that was literally the start of the decline of our football club, innit? Yeah. To this point where we're all hoping to get back into the top 4. Okay, now at the time that they bought this place, yeah, would we be sitting there saying to ourselves that that was the last title we was ever going to win?
Yeah, it's mad.
Till this day.
Yeah, it's mad.
Not one of us sitting here would have said that after going unbeaten.
Yeah.
Not one of us would have said that after going. This is going to be the last title in like the next how long? 15 years? Do you know what I mean? So for me, it's like, it's justified because, like I say, they've been there, they've overseen it. You know, yes, they've let our manager spend money, but they've let our manager spend the money that our club generates. So, you know, that that just goes without saying. They've preached this whole self-sustaining model business from the get-go since they bought into the club. So, you know, that suits them very well. They'll spend what we make, but they're not trying to dip their pockets in to be, you know, seriously investing like like an Abramovich or
but that's
someone
business,
like that.
though. I can't agree with
no,
that
of
point.
course, I'm not. No, I'm just saying. I'm just saying the difference in it. Like, we don't have an Abramovich or nothing like that. In it.
Yeah,
so Kroenke's model is he's just bought the club and he lets it tick over. So I'm saying, but now we're at a point where we are now. You couldn't imagine Chelsea fall into that point, because what would Chelsea do? Chelsea will spend, Abramovich will go above and beyond to make sure that within a year or two they're competing again.
I tell you
Whereas
what, though, when
we've slipped down
Abramovich goes, though, Chelsea are going to be in some financial problems, though. That's one thing I would say. I feel,
I don't know,
because he wants his money back, man. If I give you X amount of money, I want my money back.
I don't think he looks at it like that. He's playing real life football.
I don't
think so. He don't really care. That's peanuts to him. What if
he bought the club for what? £1?
It's nothing to him. These man, this sort of money they're buying, yeah, he can't just go and spray out 35 on Shevchenko and then 100 on Lukaku. If it don't work, all right, get It's a conveyor belt. Do you know what I mean? It's like it's short change to them, man.
To be fair with Chelsea though, the first 5 years they were just making a loss in it. But I'm not gonna lie, I personally feel they're the best run club in England. For
You
me,
think so?
They're a lot. Yeah, they are behind the scenes. Like in terms of like what they sell their youth players very well. They use the youth system extremely well.
The best.
Like when you look at their net spend again, like after we said we just spent
crazy,
100 mil
bro.
on Lukaku.
You're right.
And then you look at the players they sold, and it was like, and the money they were getting for them, you're like, what?
Facts.
What?
You're right.
So and they do that consistently as well. So it's not that's not a bad shout.
All right. So we agree that no one wants to shake Kroenke's hand just quite yet. You know, we'll see how it unravels.
No, they've got a lot of proving to do, I think, on that on where that's
no, fair enough. All right, boys. Well, listen, we're gonna wrap up, but I just wanted to know quickly. For tomorrow, obviously, we got the big match, Carabao Cup semi-final v Liverpool. Just wanted to know your thoughts. We're gonna start with Ash.
Excuse me.
Are we gonna get this victory back at the Emirates?
I think we can. Yeah. Salah, Mane,
confident.
Yeah, I feel like if we turn up, man, like it's just one of them, innit? It's like it could be one of those games that we have at the moment every 3 or 4 games, where the Forest game, the Everton game, and we just, toothless, like Nabel was saying. Like it happens. Just hopefully that it's not this game, because we need them to turn up, innit? But I do think that like Salah and Mane is so much bigger loss than when City lose 2. Because if City lose Grealish and Foden, they've got Bernardo Silva, Mahrez, KDB, list goes on. Even this Palmer Brer coming through is hard. Like them 2 are lost. They bring in Minamino, who couldn't make it at Southampton. Do you know what I mean? It's not really levels. So I hope we can do it, man.
What's your score prediction, bro?
Sorry, bro.
What's your score prediction?
2-1.
2-1 to Arsenal, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Kerr, I'm going to jump over to you, bro. I know you're about to say something. What are you going to say?
Yeah, and then I remembered. No, I was just going to piggyback off of something that Ash said about the 2 games, about like the Forest and the Everton game. The one thing I would say about that is that with this game, we're actually at home. And a lot of the games that we have played this season at home, we've actually played rather well.
Yeah.
To be fair, I don't think.
Maybe the Palace game. Maybe the Palace game. Probably we did.
That's probably one.
I have you right. It's generally on the road, isn't it? It's generally on the road.
Yeah, like it's on the road. We see the ropey game. So and it's a big game at home as well. So the crowd's on it and things like that. So generally, when it's a game like that, we kind of at least try to do something. So I'm just hoping that.
It sounds like you're confident.
I wouldn't say I'm confident. There's something in me, that kind of says like that we can do it, innit? Because without Salah and Mane, Liverpool don't really scare me like that. I'll be honest with you. Like they're still a good team, and they can beat it. But I just feel like at the moment, at present, if we play our our strongest team that we can at the moment, against the team that they're going to be playing without Mane and Salah at home, I've got to fancy us a little bit. Maybe to just nick it.
Right, so
especially after seeing the performance we put in against them the other day.
Give me a score.
2-1 Arsenal.
Jeez, another 2-1 Arsenal, yeah? The Bear, we'll end off with you, then I'll say my.
I'm going to be bullish. I'm going to be bullish with this. Listen, look, at the end of the day,
let's end it positively.
Bro, man, said it with chest, Okay.
Now I'm going to say, when Xhaka got sent off, I'm not going to lie, I was feeling the worst. Because I had a lot of hope up there. I just thought, let's just try to get a draw or even lose 1-0 or whatever. But I'm not even playing. This is what my club's about, I've heard firstly, for the first game getting postponed, I thought it was a joke thing. I thought it was very strategic from them to
go
out there, go down to 10 men. I can see the Liverpool, especially the London Liverpool boys, and them in the stadium. I can see them getting excited like they're going to beat us 5-0. And that performance there is the reason why I love my club. Like, yeah, I might.
Why you love Arteta, bro? That's why you're starting to love the game.
I was just about to come and say, listen, that I'm going to criticize managers coming that come in if I don't think they're doing well. But that's the nature of the club. But that performance there, that just reminded me, yeah, you see what I love about Arsenal is that when our back's against the wall, everybody likes to chime in. We've got that in our locker to come out with a performance. What an amazing performance. So now, when I'm asking the Liverpool boys, oh, what do you reckon? Oh, I don't know, I said, where's your energy?
Yeah, come on.
Last week,
The
you
tone's
man had that energy.
changing.
Feel me?
Come on.
You man
The
had that
tone's
energy last
changing.
week. And now they're like, oh, no, we will beat you. But I'm like, bro, I can see in your eye now that fear that you don't really want to play us at home.
Yeah,
So, no, let's
you're
go out
not
there.
sure right now. You're not
You see what I'm
sure.
saying?
They was
So,
popping champs, bro, when Xhaka got sent off.
no,
because they were
facts.
thinking it's going to be like 4-0, 5-0.
Come on.
But no, I smell blood as well at the end of the day. And I think, obviously, Arteta, we've been criticised about the Spurs postponement. They're trying, obviously, this thing about the betting thing. A lot of people are coming for us
started
this
that
week.
thing, though, innit? Liverpool was the one who started doing that. And
They did, but it's been a tough week. I see Arteta getting grilled this morning about, cancelling the game or postponement of the game. They're trying to question our integrity. Okay, cool. I smell blood. Let's go and just deal with Liverpool. I think of 2-1 or 3-1, and let's get to that final. I'm buoyant. I'm buoyant now. I'm buoyant. Yeah.
Wow. Okay. I like the sound of that. Well, I'm gonna finish off by agreeing with Ash because, as we've seen from the past, Ash has always been right, and he's always got the video footage to prove it. So he said 2-1, so I'm gonna go with 2-1 as well, mate. Yeah, me.
Yeah.
So I think at home as well. The only thing I would say, obviously, we did have a few injuries. We, people coming back from AFCON, etc. The squad's not quite there. There'll be a few COVID issues. Hopefully, they should be back. I know Mr. Smith Rowe and Saka were not 100%. So I'm hoping that a lot of the team are back to play this match. Because I do think we need a few, especially Emil Smith Rowe, and Saka as well. Odegaard, them guys there.
Since the last time we spoke, though, Saka's been playing ridiculous.
Back on the right, man. Move Pepe out the way.
He's been playing some of the best football.
Come on.
Listen,
look at our top
for
scorers,
any
though.
young
Smith Rowe and
player,
Saka.
he's moving mad.
There's still man out here who don't rate him, bro.
He's just having man on skates, just week in, week out. You're seeing teams have to triple and quadruple up on man, bro. Because they're that wary of man, bro. Because it don't matter what, bro. On that right,
Tommy on that
cutting
side.
in.
Mad.
He's just moving mad. He's just moving like a demon out there, bro.
Mad. I know every man was talking about Jadon Sancho and then people there, man. Jadon,
bro, can't lace his boots right now, man. He can't lace his boots right now.
Saka's moving mad right now, and that's why it's imperative that we add to the squad. Remember them days that we used to just churn out our youngsters like Fabregas and Wilshere? No. Just add more to it.
Yeah. I agree. I agree. I mean, one thing I just want to add is that obviously it was Patino's first match with the first team, so to speak. But Saka started at age 17 as well, and seeing that boy when he first played for us, I was like, this boy is a star, and it just shows how good Saka must have been. Obviously, I expect a lot from Patino, but you could tell from straight away Saka was that guy, and he's proven it now. So respect to him, man. Respect to him, and hopefully we get it done tomorrow. Guys, it's been a pleasure as always. It's been good to have the old guard back, talking Arsenal, talking football.
Old guard, Tony Adams,
Come on. I'm the prettiest one out of them.
He said he's the prettiest one.
We had a few technical issues, but we got there in the end. Respect to that, man. Onwards and upwards. Hopefully we get the result tomorrow, and I look forward to speaking to you guys more about the Arsenal, and hopefully we can persuade Mr. Naber that Arteta is the man. I'm going to end it there before he says anything.